Hey guys, Lightning here, back with another League of Legends commentary, and today we are playing Annie as a support. Now, Annie in Season 4 has become probably the most popular support, along with Leona, and before you can understand why she's such a good support, you need to understand what Annie can do in general. So let's talk about Annie and her passive. Her passive is Pyromania, and every 4 spells that she casts, the next spell will deal a stun, so it'll stun her enemies for a small duration of time. Her Q is Disintegrate. It's basically a ranged fireball that she can shoot at an enemy, but if Disintegrate kills a target, it basically acts like it didn't use up any mana at all. So this thing is really good for building up your stun. Next is Incinerate. She scorches enemies in a 50-degree cone, pretty much. It's a coned range attack. I prefer to level up this second. I don't find it as good as Disintegrate, but it still gets the job done. And her E is Molten Shield. For 5 seconds, she's surrounded by a shield of fire, and it increases her armor and magic resist. And if enemies attack her with basic attacks during the duration of the shield, they take magic damage back. Now, if you look at Annie, you've can't talk tonight. You've obviously already noticed that she's a little girl, and as such she carries around a little teddy bear like most little girls do. But this teddy bear is kinda different. Annie, being the magician that she is, can summon Tibbers and have her doll kill everything. So her ultimate is Summon Tibbers. So if you line up your ultimate with your stun, Tibbers can do a crap ton of damage. Annie is a very good support, mostly because she can stun enemies, just like I'm trying to demonstrate here. But also because she can use her shield to build up the stun, so she doesn't really need to interfere with taking CS from the ADC. So in this lane, it's Jinx and Annie versus Thresh and Vayne. And as you can see, every now and again, I will build up my stun, just so I can try to get some decent poke down on Vayne. Now, one little thing about Annie that most people don't know is that Annie actually has the longest range of any champion in the game. We're going to slow things right down here and see... oh, Rengar got first blood, but as you can see, we almost get Vayne there. But unfortunately, Thresh ignites my Jinx. But Jinx is able to flash ahead and get the kill. I didn't really do that much to help. That was mostly a spotlight on Jinx getting the kill on Thresh. But I was able to get a few stuns off and keep Vayne in the background, just because she knew if she came any closer, I could probably do a crap ton of damage to her and have Jinx kill her. Speaking of which, Jinx is being played by my friend Anti-Shadow Mario. I have quite a few friends that I play this game with, so his name will be one that you see rather often when you see these League of Legends gameplays. So as you can see, I have a stun ready to go right now, and I'm waiting for the opportune time to use it. I'm waiting for Vayne to get close enough, and right there she got rather close for me to pull off a stun on her, but we couldn't really do much with the stun. So Annie is just like the best support to poke down people with. I really enjoy using her to poke down people. Now she is kind of a risky support, I've noticed. I have trouble sometimes pulling off my stun and I get a little too close. Which in this case, that would give an open invitation for Thresh to just pull me in and Vayne just clobber my face in, which I'm sure you'll see a few times. Now, right there, we almost get pulled in by Thresh, but Jinx sets up the trap so that they can't pursue us any further. Vayne is really low, but Vayne pops the barrier. I'm trying to poke her down, but I have absolutely no mana to stun Vayne with. But we just barely pull out the victory, and Jinx gets the kill on Vayne. And here comes our friend Koshi playing Vi to come and gank Vayne and Thresh. But Vayne's already dead, and Thresh is just going to get away. So at this point, we really want to get the tower. I flash in order to get Thresh, but I miss. But that gives my Jinx friend enough time to get over past the tower and get Thresh. Now, unfortunately, here comes Rengar to gank us, and it's kind of obvious we're not going to get out of this, or at least Jinx doesn't get out of this. I try to stun him, and at the last second, I've been carrying Ignite on supports recently, just for situations like that when they happen, so that we still get the kill. So I ignited Rengar at the last second. I auto-attacked him, and then got out. The Ignite finished him off, and I was able to get the kill and the red buff, so That's something that a lot of supports have been starting to do, I've noticed in Season 4, is carrying Ignite over Exhaust. What you would do in Season 3 is that you would carry Exhaust to slow down the enemy, to keep them from getting away. Now it's all about just getting the kill on them. So I'm level 6 now, and we've started a fight. I engage with Tibbers along with Vi's engage. I'm able to get the stun off on Thresh, but our main concern is getting Vayne. But we do take down Thresh before we get Vayne, and Vayne's not far behind, and she's dead. And finally, with the help of our friend Vi, we're able to get the bottom tower and win lane. And we're also having just enough time to get Dragon, which means extra gold for us. So at this point, I kind of want to help out other lanes. I think that's kind of what the support is supposed to do. I wasn't aware that this bush was warded. I was going to see if I could get behind a Lux and pull off a stun and help my friend Nidalee, but that was not the case. So, moving on over here, we're going back down to the bottom lane because we still need to protect our turret and make sure it doesn't go down. I get off a stun on Vayne, followed up with Tibbers to do enough burst damage to get Vayne really, really low. Unfortunately, she wasn't low enough, and I probably pursued that just a bit too long. Now, what happened there is that I ignited Vayne because she came back to kill me. But before she killed me, I was able to pull off another spell, which got her just low enough for Ignite to kill her. Unfortunately, she got the kill on me, but considering we just killed 3 people, yeah, that was kind of worth. We got a kill on Rengar, Vayne, and Thresh, giving my ADC the double kill. So that worked out perfectly fine for me. As a support, like I said, you're supposed to risk your life so that the ADC can get kills. I would have preferred if Vayne hadn't gotten a kill there, but it doesn't really matter. So now I'm helping Nidalee in the mid lane try to get her tower. She's fighting Lux. Rengar comes to help her, unfortunately, so we're not able to do too much to get this. And here comes Thresh and Vayne. At this point, they just kind of give up on getting our bottom lane turret, at least for right now. Now, I get engaged on here by Thresh's pull, but our quick-thinking Jinx pulls down her trap and catches Vayne in the trap, giving us just enough time to burst her down, and Vayne is now dead. Now, here comes Garen from the top lane, thinking he can pull a fast one on me, but I stunned him, and I guess we just kind of juke him around a little bit to the point where he can't kill me, and we get a free kill on Garen. So that's helping out our top laner a little bit. So at this point, we've finally taken down the first mid lane turret, and now we're making an advance on the second mid lane turret. But here comes Thresh to try to stop us, but from the back, here comes Vi to try to get the upper hand on Thresh, and we do just that. We kill Thresh, we give our ADC another kill, and we take down the second mid lane turret. So at this point, we notice that Dragon's going to be coming back up soon, or so we think. I thought maybe we had the timer on that. But I guess we had the timer wrong. If you see up in the corner there, it shows you how long until Dragon shows up. What you're supposed to do in-game is that you're supposed to take the time that you kill Dragon and add it by 6 minutes, and that's when you'll know it's up. So I believe we did have the timer, we were just kind of off by a little bit, but it did spawn right here, even though you can't see it for whatever reason. Wall Recorder is a little funny like that. Sometimes you won't be able to see Dragon when it respawns, when you're right there for it to respawn. So I don't know why it does that. So I apologize in advance for whenever that may happen. So we head back to mid lane and we noticed that Rengar was right there, but he ults to get away. We see Garen and then we walk down here to try, and I don't know what we were thinking. I wanted to engage in a fight, but I guess I really shouldn't have because nobody was really there with me to fight. So I get pulled in by Thresh, I get ulted by Lux, and I just get completely demolished. So that's definitely not what you're supposed to be doing as a support. There's a difference between dying for your carries, and there's a difference between just straight up feeding. And feeding is exactly what I did right there, so. Oh well, it happens. We're all human, so what you gonna do? Anyway, we're going to be pushing out the mid lane here. We want to put as much pressure on their mid lane as humanly possible. We want to put a decent amount of pressure on all of the lanes so that they have to decide which lane do we value the most, which one do we want to protect more than the other, and the one that they don't protect as well is the one that we can get a free opening on. And right now, that seems to be bot lane. So right now, we're going to be getting the second bottom lane turret of theirs. We notice Vayne, Lux, and Thresh. Oh, and Garen down here trying to protect their bottom lane. So it's probably time for us to rotate mid since they know that we're all on bottom. Excuse me. So we're back on mid, trying to apply some decent pressure on the mid lane. And at this point, I'm just kind of grouping around. I noticed that my team gets into a fight. I noticed that my ADC got kind of, I don't know if she got caught out. I forget exactly what happened there. I'm using Tibbers to try to do as much damage to Vayne and Lux as possible. And Koshi comes down here to help. But unfortunately, Rengar catches us both out. And this was just an all-around bad situation for us to be in. Vi goes down, and unfortunately, I'm not too far behind. Rengar flashes through the wall as I'm about to escape. I stun him, but unfortunately, Vayne just tumbles and gets the kill. Actually, scratch that, it was Lux who got the kill with the snare. So either way, all three of us go down. It wasn't our best moment, but that's okay, you have those. So Nidalee almost getting the kill on Thresh with her spear, but Rengar just jumps out of the bushes and kills Thresh, so... I just noticed we have a Rengar on both teams. Actually, didn't we have a Rengar on both teams last game too that I commentated? I know we had a Rengar on our team. You know, that brand game. Anyway, we're in the mid lane here, and we noticed that Rengar was fighting our Nidalee. Unfortunately, he does get the kill on Nidalee by ulting so that he can go invisible and get out of our sights, just so he has enough time to jump on Nidalee. But fortunately for us, I was able to get the stun off on him before he got away, and then finally kill him. So there's not really much we can do in the mid lane now. But I noticed that there's a bit of a fight breaking out over here. Our Lux just killed Rengar. Unfortunately, we were not able to come to his aid because we know that they're all right there and we're not really ready to engage on a team fight. It's all about timing. You gotta know when to go in on these things. And that's something I'm still learning myself. I am bronze. I'm still learning this game. I just like making videos of it because I do find it to be a fun game. I get angry at it a lot, don't get me wrong, but it is a fun game, so. At this point, we're pretty much ready to end the game. Here comes our friend Koshi here comes our friend Koshi with the Vi Q getting the kill on Lux. And we're ready to hopefully go in and try to get an inhibitor, at least somewhere. We noticed that there was a fight breaking out on the bottom lane. But my friend Casey playing Rengar gets the kill on Vayne, and he also gets the kill on the enemy Rengar. However, because of that, I was trying to distract Garen away from him, and I did my job. But unfortunately, this means that Garen will be able to get a double kill on both of us and just clean up that whole situation. We were really hoping to completely just wipe out all of them and then get a bottom inhibitor, but considering it was only the two of us, and our ADC went down just a little bit before that, yeah, no, that didn't work. So right there, what I just did was I knew that they were coming to take their blue. We had vision of it. Rengar was taking his blue buff. What I did was I went over to the blue buff, and I used my ultimate on Rengar's blue buff, killing Rengar's blue buff and taking it for myself. So we just gypped Rengar out of cooldown reduction, which is pretty much all it was good for on Rengar anyway. But it'll do wonders for me as it'll give me boosted mana regen and cooldown reduction, so it's really, really nice for Annie. So I can make it work a lot better than that Rengar ever could, so just because I have mana. So here we are, we're engaging on a team fight. Our ADC almost goes down, but before she does, she takes down Lux and Thresh. Garen gets the kill on Jinx, but our friend Rengar gets the kill on Garen, and right now that was a 1 for 3. So we're doing pretty good here. We get a stun off on Rengar, but he backs out and just lets us get this turret because, let's be honest, it was a 1v4. There wasn't really much he could do. Finally, we get the middle inhibitor turret, and we're ready to try to either escape and maybe migrate to their red buff, or... yeah, I guess that's what we're going to do. I was thinking we were going to end the game there, so I kind of hesitated. I was like, what were we doing at this part? Oh yeah, we were doing this! So Rengar and Thresh and pretty much the whole enemy team follow us all the way over here, and we're ready for another fight to break out. Unfortunately, I got caught out there. I tend to do that a lot, and I need to work on it. But I had my flash up, so I was able to flash through the wall and get away. I thought we were about to have a team fight right there. It looked like we were about to fight, but I guess not, and I got confused and I got killed. That's my own fault. Can't really blame anybody but myself there. But while they're doing this, if you notice... at the bottom left corner of the map, you'll see Rengar is in their base. And Rengar is a major split pusher. He really destroys towers. And that's exactly what he's doing right now. So we have them all distracted here while our Rengar is in their base, completely just destroying their towers, and he's already on their Nexus at this point. And that's gonna be the game, guys, because we kept them there long enough at Dragon so that they were distracted from getting back to their base and stopping our Rengar from split pushing and winning the game. So that's Annie's support. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you see why she's a good support, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, I'll have more League of Legends videos in the future. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.